Hi, I'm Chris with T&K Off-Road and Overland, and today, you can see this big box right over my shoulder. We've got an unboxing. I think it should be a Viair 2-on-2 setup for the JK. Let's go and see. Alright, so we've got this big box here, just delivered off the truck from Amazon. My trusty pocket knife out. Fold the box over, and voila, another smaller box. It's like boxception. Got some plastic there for the fire. Let's see. That's a 2-on-2 bolt-on platform, 200 psi. Let's go ahead and see. Got some decent packaging here. Jesus. Well, they're just like sides of a box taped to it. I guess they couldn't be bothered to have the other two sides. You know, you only need, what, 5 sides of a box? 6 sides of a box? Oh, more tape. More tape. So there we have it. Viair 200 psi high pressure bolt-on JK kit. Let's open the box and see what's inside, won't we? So the first thing we find are the instruction sheet. Not really much here. Very, very simple. I think it's 12 steps for the mounting and wiring. Then you have your, excuse me, you have your component list. You have your installation guide over here, tells you what it fits, and then universal application based on your part number. This is a generic installation video, or instructions. They did post a video on their website. It shows you only how to mount the bracket into the Jeep JK, and then the wiring and all that is very generic. So stay tuned for a video later. We'll be doing on the install into a Jeep JK. Operating instructions, specifications, a wiring diagram, and a troubleshooting guide. And then it tells you about duty cycle in the back, very important stuff. Product registration card. We have what I'm assuming is the mount bracket for the Jeep JK that will mount the tanks with the compressors on it. A washer that came out of there because, you know, fuck having a bag. U-bolts for the bracket, and I can only assume these are the washers and nuts in here. Airline. And we've got a fistful of washers and nuts scattered throughout the bag. Not the bag, but the cardboard, styrofoam, whatever you want to call it. Just a handful of them. They look like they would be for the U-bolts. Looks like the U-bolt bag actually ripped where these were in. We got an inline fuse holder. Inline pressure regulation kit, so this will come in handy to keep our compressors regulated. This compressor is rated at 200 psi with a 55% duty cycle. I'm not going to run it at 200 psi. I'll run it probably about 125 max. At 100 psi, it is 100% duty cycle for these two compressors. So this will help us achieve that, hopefully, quite regularly. Intake filters for the compressors, replacement ones. Pressure relief valve to drain the tank. Looks like we have rubber mounting grommets, and we've got air fitting quick connects. I don't know if we'll end up using these. I do have a much more preferred style fitting. I don't know if this is the same one, but the wideband is a much stronger fitting. Wiring harness kit for the 2 pumps. And looks like an intake line setup. I can't imagine this is a pressure setup. Well, it actually is a pressure line. This is 1/4-inch air line for air brakes. Under this little styrofoam chingaderas here, we're going to have a valve block, a a pressure sensor itself. This is going to thread into one of the ports. So the intake filter, very important to keep it filtered and dry. You don't want to eat your compressor up. We've got a relay terminal for the power. That thing's pretty big and beefy. Then we have a switch panel. I've seen these mounted under the dash. I've seen these mounted under the seat. We'll figure out where we're going to mount this, where it's going to lay out the best. So that's it for the top of the box. Let's see what's underneath this styrofoam here. Look at that. That is 2 high-pressure Vire air pumps with a small tank. This will sit on that bracket, which will mount to the crossmember between the radiator and the engine of my 2008 Jeep JK. Now, there's not a lot of reviews out there on this product currently. I hear a lot of good things about it. I hear a lot of bad things about... about their installation video. So that's what's going to be coming up next. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching.